Hello and welcome. In today's class, I'll be explaining lucky numbers, and we will also see how we can write a Java program to generate lucky numbers in a given range. So what are lucky numbers? Lucky numbers are a sequence of natural numbers that remain after removing second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on, the numbers respectively from a sequence of consecutive natural numbers. Let's try to understand this with an example. Now consider the sequence of first 20 natural numbers. Now removing every second number produces the sequence 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 up to 19. So when we are removing the second number, every second number, so all the even numbers are removed and we are left with these odd numbers. Next, with this new sequence, if I now remove all the third numbers, every third number, then I get 1, 3 because 5 is the third number. So 5 is the third number here, so 5 gets removed. Then 11 is the next third number, 11 also gets removed, and then 17 is the next third number, so 17 is also removed. And now we are left with only these numbers. Next, removing every fourth number produces the sequence this. So here the fourth number, firstly we have 9, and after that we don't have any other fourth number. So only 9 gets removed and we are left with this sequence. And further, if we delete every fifth number, so in that case 15 gets removed because 15 was the fifth number, and we are left with this sequence. And now it's not possible to remove every 6 number from the given sequence because we don't have 6 numbers. We have less than 6 numbers, and that's why now these are the numbers which are lucky numbers because they could not be deleted. So we have to write a program to enter any positive natural number n, and the range of n is 1 to 50. And we have to generate lucky numbers less than the given natural number. And we have to test our program with the following set of data. So for example, if n is 10, then we should get 1, 3, and 7. If n is 25, we should get 1, 3, 7, 13, and 19. If n is 25, we should get 1, 3, 7, 13, and 19. And if n is 100, then it's out of range, so we will print number not in range, invalid entry. So let's start writing a program in Java to generate these lucky numbers. So let's create a file in our home folder and name it lucky.java. Let's start with the import statement. The file name and the class name should be the same. So class lucky, then the main method, we keep the scanner object ready for user input. And let's ask for the value of n. Once we have taken the value of n, we have to check whether n has a valid range or not. So in case n is less than 1 or n is greater than 50, then we print an error message. Number not in range, invalid entry. and then we execute the return keyword so that we exit from main and the program automatically terminates. Otherwise, we can proceed further to generate our lucky numbers. So we can print we will use the print function lucky numbers less than n r. Now for this, we will take a string variable s and we will first of all store all the natural numbers separated with a comma in this string. So we will run a loop for that. So if I is 1, that means we are entering the first number. In that case, we just concatenate the number. Otherwise, if it is not the first number, first natural number, then in that case, we will firstly put a comma in the string and then the number. So this way, all the numbers will be separated with a comma. And it will be stored as a string in this variable s. Next, we take a gap of 2 because every second number has to be removed. So that's why gap is initialized as 2, and then the gap keeps increasing the third number, the fourth number, and so on. So we run an infinite loop and we calculate the length of the string and we update the string by calling a function remove, and we pass the same string s and the gap. So this function needs to be created. This is a user-defined function and we have to create this function where we will pass the string which has a sequence of numbers, and we are also passing the gap. So based on this gap, the numbers from this string will be removed using this remove function, and the new string will be stored in the same string, the same variable s. Now after this, if the previous length is same as the current length, because the string s got updated just now after calling the remove function, if we see that the previous length of the string is same as the current length of the string, then in that case we can understand that we cannot remove any more numbers, and that's why we call the break keyword to exit from the loop. And for each iteration, gap should increase by 1, so gap plus plus. And once we are out of this loop, we print s. So all we need to do now is to write this remove function. So outside main, we create this function. The return type of this function will be string because it is returning back an updated string. And we take another variable, another string variable, to get the new string, to get the updated string. And we take help from string tokenizer class. So let's import the string tokenizer class also. And here we create a string tokenizer object. And we pass the string s to this string tokenizer object. And the delimiter is comma because all the numbers are separated with a comma. Next, we count the number of tokens. And we run the loop count times. We extract the individual numbers using the next token function. And if I mod gap is not equal to 0, and if str.length is equal to 0, str plus equals num means if it is the first string, str.length equals 0 means the string is empty. In that case, the number that we are going to add is going to be the first number. So we are just going to add it directly without any comma. Else, str plus is equal to comma plus num. So only when gap is not dividing the value of I, only those numbers are going to be added in the updated string. That's why I mod gap not equal to 0. Because if it is divisible, that means that particular number has to be removed. So we are not including that number. And once the loop ends, we return the updated string. And that's all. Let's check the output. So if I give the range 10, the lucky numbers 1, 3 and 7 gets displayed. If I give the range 25, then these are the numbers that are left and are considered to be lucky: 1, 3, 7, 13 and 19. And if I give any number out of range, let's say 100, then it displays number not in range, invalid entry. So that's all in this class. I hope you have understood how to generate lucky numbers in Java. Thanks for watching and see you in the next class.